Hello everybody, and welcome to our Combine tutorial. I'll be showing you the different uses of Combine. And we can see here for our tooltip that I can control-click solids and surfaces to merge them. Or I can also click one then the other to remove material. We'll start by adding them together, by control-selecting one and then the other. So now our two solids became one. But with groups of more solids, I can also box select them all to start off with, click Combine to combine them all together and merge them into one. Now we see I have a surface and a solid. I can also combine them together by control selecting both of them to merge them together. Now we see we have two surfaces, and just like before, I can combine them together by holding down Control and leaving me with one surface. Now we'll move on to our next example, and we see a set of surfaces that define an enclosed region. So now by Control selecting both of these, it'll identify a region bounded by surfaces and turn that into a solid. Now we just have a box with an open top. And for this, I'm going to control select these edges, put a plane in there, and now I'll combine the surface and control select the plane to add that in. And so now we have a fully enclosed region. I'll get rid of that plane for now. And we'll move on to our other uses of Combine, which is to split solids. And I'll do that by selecting on our solid, and then without holding Control, I'll select the surface, and notice that cutter is defined. Now it looks like I can choose one to get rid of. Now we'll move on to our next example, and we see our same setup here. But now I'm going to click our surface, and then click the solid to split our surface by the solid. And I can get rid of that region in the middle by clicking it once it turns red. Also with surfaces, you can combine them by clicking the solid and the surface to reveal a depression, and now we'll delete that from our solid as well. Now we'll move on to our example of a box, and let's say we want to put a plane in the middle. So I can control select, put a plane in, and now I'll combine our solid with the plane. And if I want to, again, I will delete one. Now we'll move on more to the Combine options. And you see I've set up 4 similar examples here. So to start off with, we'll select one solid and the other, and that leaves me with the depression. But now I'm going to choose Merge when done under the Combine options. So now when I select the green and the orange, notice the same thing happens. But when I exit the Combine area, they've automatically merged together into one. On our next example, I'm going to choose Make Curves. So then when I choose the green and the orange, it looks like nothing happened. But I'm going to move our orange object out of the way, and we can see that those lines intersections were created. Now we'll go to our last example. We keep cutter object. So we can see that when I select on the green, select on the brown, they both remained. And we can see that little red region there, and if I choose on that, it'll delete that little intersection. But when I move out our orange solid, we can see that we have both parts ready to go. So I hope today you've learned a little bit more about the Combine tool and can use that in your modeling. Thank you for watching.